Swamiji, what is Shaktipat Initiation? Can you tell us more about it?
Thank you for your question, Ivan. It is a good question. A lot of people in modern times have developed a very strong interest in Shaktipath and the way it is transmitted to the followers. A lot of people are interested in Shaktipath and the process by which a master transfers his energy into the student is called an initiation. There are various types of initiations in various different disciplines, but in the initiation in Shaktipath, the enlightened master calls his student to him on a particular day, and then he tells him to stay in the ashram, sometimes for a week, 10 days. These things have changed nowadays with the modernization of this world where people have no time. So many times the master will come and call the student and initiate him overnight. The process of initiation is one by which the master comes to the student in the meditation hall at 4 o'clock in the morning. In the meantime, the student prepares himself. It is customary for the student to wear completely white clothing. There is a ritual that is performed, a secret ritual known only to the student and to the master after the initiation is complete. He then gives the student a mantra or a sound, and along with that sound he transfers an energy into the student. The student performs a particular technique, and through this technique he keeps on raising his consciousness, repeating the mantra through every meditation. Now that is in brief. So let me get a little more into detail. For initiation, there are basically 3 stages. One is the preparatory stage, where the master looks after the student, maybe from a distance or maybe in closed quarters in his ashram, and waits for the moment when the student is ready to receive the energy. That is the preparatory stage. Then comes the initiation stage, where the master transfers the energy to the student. And you know that the transfer has taken place by the different reactions that take place within the body of the follower, of the student. And then there is the ongoing evolutionary stage. So let us start with the preparatory stage. In order to be a ready recipient, the student or the receiver of Shaktipath has to be prepared to receive this energy. And the perfect analogy to that is that of wood. You have wood for the fire, we call it firewood. But how good is that wood? We know today that sandalwood is the best. But you could get dry wood or you could get wet wood. Now, if a person is not ready for Shaktipath, he is like wet wood, moist. You put it in the fire, it will give a lot of smoke, cause a lot of distraction and disturbance to the person as well as to the people around him. This type of a follower has to be prepared for a longer period of time. He's got to be taught spiritual disciplines or maybe religious practices till he is dry, till he is ready to receive the energy. The energy in this analogy would be fire. So when the wood is dry and you apply fire to it, it will crackle and splitter and you'll get a beautiful bonfire. So the preparatory stage is basically where the disciple will go through different stages to prepare him to receive the energy from the master. Purity is an absolute must. Purity in thought, word and deed. Honesty, purity, unselfishness, these are things that are taught to the student. Very much in line with the first 2 stages of yoga, of yama and niyama, the do's and the don'ts. When the student starts practicing these, he prepares himself physically mentally and also spiritually to receive the energy from the master. Then comes the middle stage, which is the actual receiving of the energy. It is considered a very big day for the student. It is almost and even greater than a marriage. On that day, when he comes to the master, he is all excited, all ready to have this descent of the energy from the higher realms of spirituality. And this descent will come on to him, and he will feel transformations taking place within himself. These transformations are known as kriyas. There are violent transformations of physical movements where there will be a lot of trembling and shaking and shouting and laughing and crying that spontaneously comes from the person who receives this energy. This is a very powerful energy, and it is a one-way street. You cannot reverse this process once you have received this energy. It may cause you a little disturbance, but it will not stop until it has taken you to the path of enlightenment. And like we say, if it doesn't happen in this lifetime, once you have received the energy, it will follow you lifetime after lifetime till you have attained your goal, which is liberation. Now, how do you explain this? And I have an analogy for that. Consider the recipient of the energy to be milk. Now, how do you make yogurt? In India, it is called dahi. How do you make yogurt? All you need is a small amount of yogurt, but you have to warm the milk. Then you cool it down slightly to a particular temperature where it is best for receiving that yogurt. Then you take the utensil in which you have the milk and you put the little yogurt in it, you stir it a little, and you leave it overnight or for a certain period of time at room temperature, after which you will cover it sometimes with a muslin cloth or just a lid, and you will put it in the refrigerator. You will find after a period of time that the whole quantity of milk has now become yogurt. That is because the little bacteria, the acidophilus, the bifidus, starts working the moment it enters into the milk, and over a slow process of time, the whole transformation of milk into yogurt takes place. It is exactly what happens in the case of initiation, in the case of Diksha. When the student receives the energy from the master, it is actually doing the job of the yogurt. This energy moves into each and every cell of the recipient, and over a process of time, the whole body, the whole physical body, the whole psychic body, the whole spiritual body, the whole mental body of this recipient of Diksha or of initiation transforms. He becomes a spiritual entity. But if he contains purities, if he has not surrendered himself to this energy, conflicts can arise, diseases can arise. So it is very important for the student, for the recipient, for the one who has taken the Diksha, the initiation, to be constantly on guard to keep that purity in thought, word and deed. It is also essential to have a particular diet. Foods of low vibrations are a no-no. Onions, garlic, sugar, salt, especially sugar and salt in excessive quantities, is not advisable. You have to keep a mental state of calm. Alcohol, tobacco and meats are best avoided. There is no rigidity because the energy within you will guide you spontaneously. But it has been found that abstaining from these type of foods are very helpful, are very helpful for expediting the process of the transformation. Another important requirement is to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, because it is the best time to perform your meditation rituals. What you will do is you will sit on a woolen mat and you will start the mantra and you will do certain techniques, and you will find as if your body has been taken over by a new energy. It is actually the release of your own latent energy from within you that rises up from the spine, keeps going up chakra by chakra till it reaches the top of your head and helps you to attain liberation. Initiation is the fastest way to attain liberation. Initiation will help you to attain your goal much faster than any other way or method that is available to you in this present moment in time. How can I explain that? If I want to go from one place to another, there are many ways I can do that. I can go on bicycle, I can walk, I can take a taxi, I can take an autobus, I can go by a private car, I can take a train, I can go by ferry, I can fly. Initiation is like taking a flight, a private flight. When the master gives you the energy, you actually go at very high speed to your spiritual process of transformation, which normally would have taken you a very, very long time to get or arrive to your final destination. There will be more that I'll be talking about initiation and Shaktipath in this series. Please do not fail to subscribe and to like this video if you have found anything beneficial in this. And I'm sure that you have. So I'm looking forward to likes and subscriptions, because these are the signs I get that I am helping the people who are watching this video. So if you have been helped in any way, please like and subscribe so that it motivates me to give you more information in the future. And stay posted to this channel for all the other videos to come on this subject and many more in spirituality all over the world. Thank you very much for being with me. Namaste.